If you live rurally or in a small town or on the outskirts of a large city, I'm going to show you a way to bring in deer so you can fill this up, and you don't even really have to be a great hunter. I'm going to just show you some easy things you can do. So let's go. So if you own an orchard, a lot of people are going to complain about deers getting to fruit trees, but the truth of the matter is they bring in deer like nobody's business. It's like you're throwing a party. I can't really blame them. They like to chew on it. I mean, it's kind of sweet when you're running through the woods. So let's go look at what to look for here. Right. So right here, see how that's snipped right there? Cooperate with me. Right there. Snipped. All right. And we got some more here. Right there. Snippety snip snips. Snip. Right at that nice little angle there. With their teeth, they love these suckers. And what this is a plum thicket, but you can really use any fruit tree. And then you can set up some annuals too if you want around your perimeter. This will bring in deers by, well, groups of deers. All right, so I'm standing back a little bit so you can get a better look. There's like a corner right there, corner. And down there, you see past the trees, see that other line, the secondary line? That's a river. It's a big river. That's where they got water. So right here, in there, we have a couple big fallen trees that we can use to block our view. Now let's go on the other side and see if we can see where the deers have been, see any tracks. All right, we're on the outside here of the property. We just walked down, kind of got this little hill right there. All right, so that's dogwood. They love dogwood too, and you can just cut dogwood right there at that new growth and stick it in the fall, and it should grow back up. We'll do it really early spring before it starts budding. Here's another thing you can do. Get one of these dogs here. This is Vic. Vic can find anything. He likes to track, and better have him on a leash though, because you might not see him again if he gets off. Alrighty. Alright, so we can just follow the tracks. Try to stay out of the wind. Right here. Walk sideways maybe, I don't know. The wind's crazy again. Another one. Oh, I can see him now. Another one. Anyway, people with orchards get really upset about the trees and stuff getting chewed on, and the deers. I guess if you're trying to, you know, sell them, but really you should have your saplings broke, like hidden, so they can't get to them. But you can do a wild thicket like this, and they can just chew on it. And sweet wood, they love it. Can't get enough of it. There we go. Right there. That's a telltale sign. Nobody's making these prints with their fingers. Alright. So there is that log I was showing you. And that's where I would be sitting. Hopefully I got downwind. And that there is the scat. So that tells me pretty easy shot right there, even if you're not a good hunter. So just sit and wait. Trust me, they'll come back. I've been working on this like 3 years now. It's just more and more every year. They come out here, they just chew on this thicket here. Num nums. I mean, you can see right here. Shoot on that one right there, Vic. Cooperate, buddy. There we go. Yep. Yep. I had him out here earlier and he was just rolling around on the track, so get a locator if you get a coonhound. Put a locator on him because he loves to find stuff. That's all he's really not good at a whole lot else. He's a good bud, but man, he can find just about anything with his nose. Once he's going, he's going. All right, so let me show you what you gotta do here. Then you need to get yourself something like this. You can also use a bow. The reason I'm saying to use a bow is because you want to be able to do this more than once, and you start popping off shots, you're probably gonna scare them off. maybe even permanently. I don't know. But crossbows are real easy to learn and understand. They're also easy to target once you learn to load them. Very easy. You don't have to be an extremely good hunter. You don't have to buy one this nice or make all different kinds, you know, all the way up to like 5,000 bucks. But you can buy just a decent one for 100 or a couple hundred, and that's really all you need with broadheads and a good dog to chase it down if you're not a good shot. But like I said, that was literally a 3-yard shot, maybe 9 feet, maybe 10 or 11, maybe even up to 12. But you don't have to be a really good shot for what we're doing here. You can get a bow, but you're gonna have to do some practicing. And last but not least thing is you want to take a pair of shoes, socks, underwear, whatever clothing that you're gonna want out. This is early spring, so it's gonna be chilly. And you put them in a bag that breathes out of the weather, but outside, not in a garage where it can absorb smell. You want it to smell like outside, so let it breathe. And then when you bathe, you're gonna want to bathe with unscented soap and get that off of you, so you don't have any human smell on you. Maybe even bathe with some grass. It's about working smarter, not harder out here, you know? You don't have to pop up a whole bunch of shots, and you're creating an environment where they come back to. And very worse, if this never works out, you never really have to use this. You just created an extra source of income, because there are other people out there that would love this. So set it up. You set somebody else up for success. Right there, that's the sweet spot with the scat. So easy shot. Yep, probably 12 feet, like I said. All right, see you later.